Exams are coming, books are open, but your brain is on vacation. Sound familiar? Yeah, me too. We've all been there. Staring at pages, feeling like the words are just floating away. You sit with your textbook, ready to conquer the world, but 2 hours later, you've read the same page 10 times, and somehow nothing sticks. But what if I told you you could actually study more in less time? Sound impossible, just like magic, right? Well, it's not magic, it's just smart studying. So, grab your favorite snack, maybe a cup of tea, and let's get started. Here are 15 tips to make your study time actually, effective. Time blocking, your study schedule superhero. Imagine your day as a pizza. Would you shove the whole thing in your mouth at once? Nope. You'd slice it up. That's exactly what time blocking is, cutting your day into neat little study chunks. Say, 45 minutes of math, then a 15-minute break to watch a cat video scientifically proven to boost happiness. By the way, instead of staring at the clock, use a timer or an app. It's like having a tiny drill sergeant whispering, "Focus now, break later." The Pomodoro Technique, the power of the tomato. Speaking of timers, ever heard of the Pomodoro Technique? It's basically 25 minutes of focus work, then a 5-minute break. Why Pomodoro? Because the guy who invented it had a thing for tomato-shaped timers. You don't need a tomato, though your phone will do. This method trains your brain like interval workouts, short bursts of intense focus, followed by a breather. And trust me, it works. Study zone. Find your power spot. Your brain is like Wi-Fi. It works best in the right zone. So, find a place with zero distractions. No bed, unless you want an accidental nap. No TV, and definitely no just checking my phone for a second. Create a study zone with a comfortable chair, good lighting, and maybe even a plant scientifically proven to boost focus. When you sit there, your brain should know it's study time. Tackle the hardest subject first, because willpower fades. Your brain is like your phone battery, fully charged in the morning, running on fumes by evening. That's why you should start with the hardest subject first. If math feels like wrestling a dragon, face it when your brain is fresh. Don't save it for last unless you enjoy late-night mental breakdowns. Active recall. Don't just read. Remember, reading a textbook is like watching a thriller movie. You think you're following along, but do you actually remember the details? Instead of just passively reading, try active recall. Close your book, look away, and challenge yourself. What did I just learn? Explain it out loud. If you struggle, go back and review. If you succeed, congrats, you just outsmarted your forgetful brain. Space repetition, the don't cram, water the plant rule. Think of learning like planting a seed. You wouldn't dump a bucket of water on it in one go and hope it grows, right? You'd water it regularly. That's what space repetition does. Instead of stuffing your brain the night before an exam, review topics in increasing intervals. Today, then tomorrow, then a few days later. Each time, the info sticks a little deeper, like roots growing stronger. Teach a toddler or a pillow, the ultimate understanding test. If you can explain something in simple words, you truly understand it. Imagine breaking down complex topics as if you were talking to a 5-year-old. No big words, just pure clarity. And if you don't have a toddler, no worries. Pillows work just fine. In fact, they are better listeners than humans. Einstein once said, "If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough." Be like Einstein. Teach your pillow. Mind maps, because your brain loves pictures. Your brain hates boring walls of text, but it loves visuals. Mind maps, flowcharts, stick figures, whatever helps. If you're studying history, draw a timeline instead of memorizing dates. If it's science, sketch a process flow. Even messy doodles can turn dull information into a colorful memory palace. No need to be Picasso. Stick figures are totally acceptable. Study like a detective. Ask questions. Crack the case. Ever watch a detective movie? They don't just accept information. They dig deep, ask questions, and break down every detail. Do the same with your studies. Why does this formula work? What happens if I change this variable? Can I explain this in a different way? By questioning everything, you train your brain to understand. Not just memorize. Think of yourself as Sherlock Holmes, but with a textbook instead of a magnifying glass. Study at the right time. Your brain has a schedule. Have you noticed that sometimes studying feels effortless, and other times it feels like pushing a boulder uphill? That's because your brain has peak performance hours. Sun with face morning, best for learning new things. Cityscape at dusk afternoon, best for revising. Crescent moon evening, best for practicing problems. Find your sweet spot and study when your brain is at its best. Because forcing yourself to study at the wrong time is like trying to run a marathon at 3 a.m., just painful. Use funny associations, because boring is forgettable. Ever struggled to memorize something? Make it ridiculous. Your brain remembers weird, silly things better than dry facts. Example: to remember E equals mc squared, imagine Einstein drinking cold coffee. To recall planets, picture a dog dancing on Mars. The stranger the image, the better it sticks. That's why embarrassing memories haunt you forever. But hey, let's use that superpower for good. The last-minute revision hack: let your brain do the work. Want an easy memory boost? Just before sleeping, quickly skim through key points. Your brain processes the last thing you see before bed better than anything else. Think of it as planting knowledge in your subconscious while you snooze. Wake up feeling like a genius, or at least slightly smarter than yesterday. Stay hydrated. Your brain is 75% water. Want better focus and memory? Drink water. Your brain is mostly water, so dehydration makes it slow, sluggish, and as useless as a Wi-Fi router in a basement. Keep a bottle next to you and sip regularly. And no, coffee and energy drinks don't count. Your brain wants actual water, not a caffeine crash waiting to happen. Sleep well, because your brain reboots at night. Pulling an all-nighter might sound productive, but guess what? Your sleep-deprived brain forgets things faster. Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your brain organizes everything you studied. Think of it like hitting save on your mental file. No sleep means lost data. So, get those 7 to 9 hours and wake up actually remembering what you studied. Reward yourself, because you deserve it. Studying isn't always fun, so why not make it rewarding? After finishing a chapter, treat yourself, maybe a piece of chocolate, a funny video, or a victory dance. Small rewards keep your motivation alive. It's like training a pet, but the pet is your brain, and the treat is whatever keeps you going. So, you don't have to suffer through studying anymore. Use these hacks, and you'll actually enjoy learning. Okay, maybe not enjoy, but at least survive. Which tip will you try first? Let me know in the comments. And hey, good luck, genius! You've got this. Ace the exam, rock.